So sort of how we support you, obviously we've volunteering to us is new. We haven't really done it before, especially like a proper, so we've been working hard over the last couple of months to put in place a proper way to work with volunteers and people that want to give some of their time. So this is one way, you know, we're starting with an induction process, and then as time goes on, we'll sort of do sort of like follow-up meetings with individuals. So then we'll sort of like, you know, so everybody will have the opportunity, a bit like an appraisal really, but it's not so formal. It's just a nice informal chat. If anybody has concerns that they want to raise, any way that we can improve and help them, because it's still as much as a learning curve for us as it is for everybody else. And we just try and help and support each other really, and that's also another advantage to the group, because you can all support each other as well. You can post up things, and if you want to arrange an activity on your own, such as a coffee morning or something, then we'll support you as much as we can. So that's sort of how we'll support you, and obviously of course as volunteers you automatically can put us down as referees and stuff like that. So opportunities in volunteering. There's obviously the events. If you're aged between 17 and 25 and wish to be a peer educator with the opportunity of a BTEC, then that's also available to you. Or if you want to help us recruit peer educators, obviously that's wonderful. But if there's anything like that that particularly takes your interest, because obviously peer education is much more involved in educating young people than just raising community awareness and getting involved on ad hoc volunteering, then sort of like ask for a bit more information. We can discuss that at a better time. Regular volunteering roles, we've got an admin volunteering role at the moment, which we've had interviews for, and also there's the collection pot officer that I just mentioned. We're still trying to find somebody to do that, but there are sort of regular roles that will be posted and advertised, so obviously you can apply to those, and that's just sort of like a way to get a bit of regular commitment to take us forward. Just the sort of like fundraisers, so people that, you know, again, manning stands and or going out with us on street collections, that sort of thing. And then sponsorship, so entering any sponsored events that you might want to do for the charity. Other guidance, I don't know why it's called other guidance. Line manager, all volunteers have a line manager, and at the moment the trustee that was managing the volunteers has now left. So at the moment it's me. And your safeguarding lead is Carly. So any problems with safeguarding, which you can do again, then speak to Carly, and any other issues you can speak to me. You've got your handbook and your quick reference guide. Obviously the handbook has got a lot of what we're talking about today in it. Your quick reference guide is basically summing up those sort of core policies, so like our code of conduct and things like that. And obviously our story, so if you do forget, hopefully you won't, if you do forget when you're on a stand, you can quickly turn your back to the person and have a quick look and go, that's what we're about. And then there's policies. We do have policies, unfortunately. One of our trustees is quite keen on policies. So they're just in these books for your reference. They're the main ones. So they're just the volunteering policy. So that's basically what we've just talked about, you know, how we sort of work with our volunteers. The volunteer problem solving procedure, that's if you've got any problems at all, if you've got any grievances or anything like that. It's basically a grievance policy. It's just, we can't call it a grievance policy for reasons that you're not employees, you're volunteers. So it's called a problem solving procedure, but that's, if you've got any concerns, any problems, then that's sort of the way we handle things. We do have a child protection policy, obviously, which is written specifically for us and our work. And then we also have the equal opportunities policy, which is quite pivotal these days. So you can have a read through those at your convenience, just familiarise yourself with them. And there are others if you're really that interested. Safeguarding.